So I came across this Jehovah's Witness video from the 2016 convention that I missed. I'd seen it before, but I forgot all about it. It talks about why you should shun family members. This is going to be interesting. Let's get into it.
Looking back, my parents tried hard to do the right thing. To do things Jehovah's way.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Since when is Jehovah's way the right way? That's a pretty bold statement there. Here are a few things that aren't the right way, but are Jehovah's way. Banning beards. Protecting pedophiles by instituting a system where two victims have to come forward or they act like it didn't happen. Condoning lying and manipulating people if it's in service of the Watchtower Society. Joining the United Nations after calling them the Beast of Revelation. Then claiming it was only so they could use the UN library, even though the same books were available in any number of depositories within miles of them. Investing in the company that owns Marlboro cigarettes, while telling Jehovah's Witnesses smoking is wrong and against the Bible. Telling Mexican Jehovah's Witnesses to bribe officials into giving them a card saying they served their mandatory military service. Outright lying to the Royal Commission of Australia after swearing an oath on the New World Translation of the Bible. I could go on, but do I really need to? Jesus, we're like 15 seconds into this video. Okay, let's continue.
But because I didn't have a hatred for what's bad, I couldn't see anything wrong with my choices. This eventually led me to do things I later regretted.
Regretted what? Having a relationship with somebody outside of the organization? What's wrong with that? Okay, I understand. They're implying she f***ed some dude. Who cares? What is wrong with that? As long as they're safe, why does it matter? I feel like it's just a technique to control people even further. And it wouldn't have mattered if they hadn't done anything. Having a relationship with him at all was bad in their eyes.
I ended up getting disfellowshipped.
Sonia Erickson has been disfellowshipped.
It crushed my whole family.
Notice they're sitting across the Kingdom Hall from her, looking at her like they're at a murder trial and she just got sentenced. Their own family. Their own f***ing daughter. I would never do this to my own family. This breaks my heart. Something similar happened to me, and I'm sure it did with many of you guys. This is wrong. And one more thing I want to point out. Technically speaking, Jehovah's Witnesses are on public record as saying that you don't have to shun family members. Here's a perfect example of them shunning family, encouraging it. Pushing it. I could be wrong, but I think that mandating a group of people to cut off contact with family members is somehow against the law. I'm not sure how. Maybe somebody can research that and put it in the comments. If I get an answer to it, I'll put it in the description of the video.
Later, my father explained to me that I couldn't remain in the home because I refused to change my lifestyle. He told me I was having a negative effect on my younger brother and sister. And I'm out of the house.
Okay, now look closely at what just happened. So they started out by saying that her bad lifestyle was influencing her little brother. I'm assuming they're saying she continued to date this dude. First, I'm not really sure how that affects her little brother in any way. Second, did you notice how she started by saying that the dad was kicking her out? And then it moved to her storming out saying, "Then I'm out of this house." They wanted to find a way to portray the family kicking her out so that good Jehovah's Witnesses know that that's what they're supposed to do, but still make her look like the bad guy. A petulant teenager who just wants to break rules and do whatever she wants, at any cost.
I was determined to do what I wanted. When I left home that day, all I could think about was Eric. I didn't even care that my parents' hearts were breaking.
Now hang on, they just said she had to get out of the house. They didn't say they were shunning her. Why is their heart breaking? Oh, it's because the Watchtower Society told the parents they have to shun her. Right. Okay, I'm on the same page now. Do you see this look in their eyes? This is what the religion has to give you. Pain and sadness. If you're looking for happiness, you'll find it in short supply.
I didn't think about the devastation and disappointment that I had caused them. I blamed my parents for my situation. I even blamed Jehovah.
Well, there's your problem. You should be placing blame where it belongs, on the Watchtower Society. She didn't cause her parents any pain. The Watchtower Society did, with their mandated shunning policies. The name of that organization drips off my tongue like a sickness, like a disease infecting everything it touches, tearing a path through people's lives and overturning the game board when somebody leaves like a petulant child who has no hope of winning. Except this child has real power in people's lives and wields it like a weapon.
My family missed me so much, even after all I had done.
And what exactly had she done? She hadn't done anything bad according to anybody's standards except Jehovah's Witnesses and other crazed, delusional cults. The problem comes from the Watchtower Society, and she seems to think that her family missed her even though she would have no way of knowing that since she hadn't talked to them for who knows how long.
What helped them to remain loyal to Jehovah for the many years I was disfellowshipped? It was the Bible account of Aaron. Jehovah directly judged 2 of Aaron's sons and put them to death. In this case, Jehovah asked Aaron and his family not to mourn, in order to show the entire nation that they supported Jehovah's judgment. Mom and Dad saw that they needed to be loyal, just like Aaron.
Okay, so she's saying that Jehovah's Witnesses should view disfellowshipped people as dead, and they shouldn't mourn for them because they should be showing that they support the Watchtower Society, Jehovah's decision.
They loved me and wanted me to come back to Jehovah. I tried to contact them. I just wanted to talk and to hear their voice. I missed being with my family. And they thought about reaching out to me. But they knew that if they had associated with me, even a little, just to check on me, that small dose of association might have satisfied me.
Oh, that's interesting. So what the Watchtower Society is saying here is that they're trying to coerce people to come back by tearing their families apart. They don't care if the members think it's true or not. They just want them in the organization.
It could have made me think that there was no need to return to Jehovah.
Why is this audience clapping? These people are violating human rights. They're twisting arms and ruining lives. This is wrong. Now, I've heard there's a part 2 to this, and I think I saw it at one point, but I couldn't for the life of me find it anywhere, so I'll just talk about it. In part 2, the chick basically decides to come back years later after she's had kids. The parents, who never knew their grandchildren, shun her all the way through her reinstatement period. I don't know if I've talked about reinstatement on here before, so I'm gonna cover it real quick. Basically, reinstatement is when somebody decides that they don't have enough cult mind control in their lives and they need it back, like when they were in the religion before. So those magazines they pass out at your door have little study questions at the bottom, and the questions are directly answered in the corresponding paragraphs. They're dictating the answers to you. During the Sunday meetings, they have somebody read the paragraph, then ask the question, and then the audience raises their hand and answers the question. Basically verbatim from the paragraph. Sometimes they'll throw in a little personal story or sentiment. Anyways, when you're trying to get reinstated, you have to study the magazines as though you were going to answer, even though you're not allowed to. You have to underline the answers in the magazines and show it to the elders as proof that you're trying to get reinstated. You also have to come to every single meeting, all the while being shunned by childhood friends and family. And eventually, the elders will ask you to write a letter explaining why you think you deserve to be a part of God's organization again. So how long does it take? Well, my brother tried to get reinstated once. He went for well over a year before finally giving up. He wrote 3 letters to the elders and they kept denying him. In hindsight, I'm so glad he kept getting denied because who knows if he ever would have gotten out the second time. Anyways, that's all I've got for you now. Before you go, I wanted to mention something kind of interesting. Last week, I saw my views start to drop pretty hard. I didn't know what was going on, and I had a bunch of videos made and ready to go out, so I decided to release them at a higher rate than usual to see if it would bring my view count up. It didn't. Come to find out, my video about Jehovah's Witnesses trying to justify their hatred for gay people had been flagged and was basically completely removed from the algorithm. I think you can find it on my channel still, but if you go to it, you'll see a big message that says something about it being inappropriate and hate speech or something like that. I appealed, so we'll see what happens. At any rate, releasing videos more frequently didn't help my view count bounce back, so I have a few announcements. I wanted to mention that I'm starting an online store where I'll be selling t-shirts, stickers, mugs, and posters with my drawings on them. If you have any special requests for drawings you want to see on a shirt, message me on Facebook or Twitter. I haven't set it up yet, but I'm working on it this week. Also, I'm opening a channel on a different video streaming service just in case YouTube completely f***s me over. I don't trust them at all at this point. I'm thinking Vimeo. Anyways, I'll put a link on the video here when I end up doing all that stuff. And also, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I'm really not hard to get a hold of. Send me a message.